Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. My name's Dean. This is part 3 of the Bridgeport mill rebuild, and I hope you enjoy it. All right. Okay, so we got the back gear out. There's the thrust bearings. So the lock nut was pretty tight, but nicely the shaft, just a tap with a plastic hammer, a couple taps, she came right out. And pretty interesting how this gear is made. It's actually, the shaft is separate from the gear. There we go. It's got a little key slot there, key. And just to note here, this is the side that the shaft flange goes against, and that side is machined flat, where the other side has a bevel. Okay, good to remember that. And I got a large snap ring to pull here. I haven't even turned this over yet, so let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's the sliding gear. That's driven by the timing belt and pulley. And then here's the other side of our thrust bearing. I wasn't going to take this apart, but there was a few chips in here, and just in the process of moving it around and cleaning it a little bit, one of the chips fell into the bearing, and luckily I noticed it, so it's like, okay, we're going all the way here. Alright, so next step is to take this bearing, these two bearings out. Okay, back gear assembly. Got the bearings out. Just a note here, there's a very large snap ring holds these in, and you can see it through the bag there or not, but yeah, there you go. Make sure you've got the right heavy duty snap ring pliers, not the Harbor Freight ones, when you go to pull that guy out of there, and have your safety glasses on. It's a serious snap ring. Okay, so anyways, here's the bearings. These are thrust bearings, and the ones I'm familiar with are sold in pairs. And you can see I put a little witness mark here because I wanted to examine the outer race to see if they had any timing marks. And I see a little something right there. This is the outside. It has the info and the part number. These are Timkins. Come on, focus. I'll try to get a still of that. Here's what the inside looks like. Here's the inside of the other one. And okay, I don't see anything that looks like a timing mark. So these probably are not critical. When you get into the real precision aircraft style, like the ABEC 5s, these thrust sets, they'll have a timing mark that you have to usually you put them opposite of each other. They mark the high spots. So anyways, there we go. I think these are going to be all right. I'm just going to clean them really good, flush them out, not air spin them. Okay, guys, don't air spin bearings, and re-lube them and put everything back in. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention that the first items that I started restoring on the Bridgeport was all the drive assemblies and the main headstock quill assembly, the head. I'm glad I did it that way. You know, the enthusiasm level was higher. You know, as most projects, as you get toward the end, you start to rush, and you lose a little bit of interest. And of course, the headstock and drive assembly is the most critical. So I really like doing it this way. So these parts are just ready to go, and I put a lot of detail and time into them when I rebuilt these, and that's where you want to concentrate, getting this part as good as you can get it. And I also took the time to clean up all the items that go with it, all the hardware and so forth, so as it's going back together, it's just a reassembly process. Okay,